Okay, we are at the end of our journey. We started in the dark and now we have come to the light of spring. So just want to give some logistics about how we will end up the next week of the semester. So today we should have a posting for the last discussion on finance in public health. So we're going to change the process a little bit because I want to do a little more in-depth teaching on this subject, because it's somewhat difficult to give you a document and have you post a discussion. So here's what we're going to do. So there will be no question posted today. On Tuesday, I will post a video presentation of accounting and finance to give you a good framework of what you will face as a public health manager at an organization when you're called upon to produce a budget for your unit and then to look and interpret basic financial statements so you could understand the financial health of your unit or programs, and then over to a larger extent the overall organization's financial health as to, you know, are they being successful, are the grants coming in a timely manner, how grants are being applied, we budget to actuals, you know, are we on time, are we spending money, the money effectively. So we'll do a little more in-depth presentation on that. So that's what's going to happen today. So again, there will be no posting, and both cohorts were supposed to respond, and so that's not going to happen today, and we will have a presentation on public health finance on Tuesday that you can review. Okay. So the other thing is, and probably good for you, there won't be a question on finance on the final. We will post the final tonight, and you will have until midnight on April 4th, Monday, April 4th, to submit the final. There cannot be any delays because the last day of instructions is next Friday the 1st, and we must have all completed exams by midnight on Monday night, so we can grade them and have your final grades into you by the middle of the month. So final is pretty straightforward. It's everything that we've covered to date. All the materials, all the answers to the materials, to the questions rather, are in the materials we covered. Again, if you followed the comments we were making on the discussion board throughout the semester, using examples to really highlight, you know, your answers and setting the framework for your answers. All the materials we've covered have examples in them. One thing that I noticed in the discussions, that, you know, there's a tendency to think about, we had that discussion and we covered those chapters last week, and then this week we start another discussion with another set of chapters, but we don't try to connect the information to the previous chapters and the previous sessions. They all connect. That's why the book goes by 3 or 4 different sections and the chapters flow from one to another. So if you're having a difficult time trying to find an example or come up with an example, just go back to the previous chapters and work that we've covered, and you will find examples to really help you highlight your answers and your responses to the questions. All the materials are there. You know, for example, last week when we were doing CQI, you know, you could have in that discussion you could have gone back and looked at strategic planning and what's the role of CQI in strategic planning, or what's the role of CQI during governance, the board roles, you know, in governance for CQI. So there's enough information for you to go back and connect all the dots together for you to give a really robust answer to your questions. All right, so as usual, final exam will be posted tonight. You have until Monday the 4th at midnight to get them back. And you can always text me, email me, or post a question to the discussion board if you have any questions on the final. I think you'll do fine. It's all the questions, information we've covered, so there are no surprises on the exam. All right, look forward to seeing you, and happy exam writing.